Finding Fox, first one to say hello, and Che, close second, 1A, 1B. Welcome. What is today? Tuesday, January 13th, if I have that correct. January 13th, Dumaguete, Philippines. Old West says, got to be checking in with you on another one of your walks. Hope you're having a good day. I wake up happy every day. As simple as that, Old West. I appreciate you coming back. Today's weather, I'd say, is a little, it doesn't look like rain. It's just kind of like hazy and a little overcast. But again, it's warm. I don't know, 84, maybe something like that. Doesn't feel quite as hot, obviously, because the sun's not out. But Golden Fisherman says, happy sour day, everybody. What's happy sour? Is that some sort of new day? Happy sour day? But anyway, as you guys all know, I do my daily walks and share my walks throughout Dumaguete. And I do it every day. I'd be walking anyway. But my name's Michael, from the United States. Lived in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, and lived in Florida for almost 2 years, and now I'm living abroad in the Philippines. Been here over a year. I'm not really keeping track, but over a year I've been here in the Philippines. But welcome, Golden Fisherman. Happy day, happy regardless of whether it's sour or whatever. Fox keeping me up to date. It's the 13th. Again, it's like I said, I forget when you're on living this life, you kind of just forget. The Vitale said, oh, here we go again. Should be sleeping, but I'm still awake because of air raid alarm. And here's your stream again. Well, I hope this is better than an air raid. Thank you for being here. Golden Fisherman says, Shabbat Shalom for all I cares. Okay, Old West says, your videos are always great quality. What kind of equipment do you use on your walks? It's just my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I have a DJI. I put it on my gimbal. I think it smooths it out a little bit. I use that to help. And yeah, that's basically it. And then the data, I use smart eSIM card. That seems to work out pretty good here in the Philippines. But yeah, with like no disruptions or anything like that. Good morning, Bellis. Good afternoon. Oh yeah, good afternoon. Actually, you're right. Michelle says, good afternoon, Michael. I'm here to enjoy another daily stroll with you. That's so awesome. I love that. Art Park says, hey, Michael and Che, I saw your apartment video, small but workable and economical. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Again, I'm never there. I guess if I, like I said, needed the comforts of a home like back in the US, I'd have rooms full of furniture, televisions, maybe video game consoles, streaming a bunch of movies and stuff like that. I just don't do that anymore. And I don't need the space because I don't plan on keeping anything. But yeah, daily walk, that's Dumaguete, Philippines, the boulevard, and away we go into the city. Time to lace them up and get rolling. But I appreciate everybody being here. And if you're new to my channel, my name's Michael. As I previously stated, born and raised in the United States. Lived in Pennsylvania practically all my life with the exception of 2 years. Lived in Florida, which I prefer. That explains why I'm in the Philippines. I prefer warm weather. And I do these daily walks now for my live stream. I typically walk anyway. This is new. I figured why not do a live stream if it's possible. So, hello. What is it? Mayung Muto. Fox says, your apartment is awesome. 100 times what I need. Yeah, like I said, I'm not looking for big and overly luxurious. Blazer1 says, how much is your rent? If you haven't seen the video, Blazer, I did post it, I guess, yesterday. It's just a video, not from a live stream. It's an actual video. It's only like 10, 11 minutes long. Shows you the whole setup and what you get for 24,000 pesos, which was equivalent to, I think now, like $405 USD, something like that. The value's been going up. Last I looked at, or last I heard, it was like 59.2, something like that. Bees Poppin' is here, says, hello, my friend Michael, hope you're doing well. Hit the likes, everyone. We show love, we share love, and all else we give love. That's perfectly said. I'm glad I didn't have to think of saying that. I just read that like I was reading it off a teleprompter there, Bees Poppin'. But thank you for being here, my friend. Andre Robinson says, good morning, my brother. I love what you're doing. Well, I love that you're here. I love doing this. I love walking. This is, to me, is easy. I guess it's a little more challenging because I'm paying attention, live streaming, and I'm trying to look at all the comments, which, again, forgive me, I'm not going to be able to see them all, catch them all. It's just too difficult. That's why some of my moderators that know me well enough, they can cover some questions that I might not be able to answer. But I appreciate you guys being here. Andre, and you know what? You've been here before. I'm just going to take care of you right now. You'll notice you're blue, Andre. Jeff Kidd says, hey, good day, Michael. Feed the Wild James says, hi. Bees Poppin' says, double tap your screen for Kuya Michael. Yeah, I greatly appreciate likes. Blazer says, nice place to go for a run. Yeah, I don't do much jogging per se. I used to, but then after I started doing a little research, you know, obviously I walk a little slower now when I'm doing the live stream. It would be bouncing around too much. But I've learned what you can get out of a sprint. You mix in your walking, and then just pick a distance and go into a sprint somewhere. And the high intensity, but run as hard as you can in a certain distance and then go right back into your walk. I do that, and I've heard that actually you can gain more from a sprint with fast walking than you can simply jogging. But that's just me. Blazer says, nice, yeah. Andre says, you make me feel like I'm right there. Well, that's the idea. Unfortunately, you're not here, and I'd rather have you here. And hell, you could be doing, any of you guys could be walking right with me, talking about all these same things and enjoying life here. And like I said, it's the simple pleasures in life for me here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Rico says, just got here. Where are you? Rico, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Again, I don't put the camera on me, but my name is Michael from the United States, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines, and I absolutely love it. But welcome, Rico. Roy says, walking in a new environment is the best way to know the place. I completely agree, Roy. I mean, yeah, you could have a motorbike here, you could have a car, but to me, even when I'm riding in a tricycle, you miss so many things. When you're walking, I've learned, like, ask Che, my girlfriend, who's from here. She'll tell you who knows their way around Dumaguete better, me or her. And actually, I do. I love going up and down every street, knowing my way, and I still find stuff that I walk past that I just never noticed. Even people in the live stream will be like, hey, they'll point out something to me. So it's a lot of fun. But I like that comment, Roy. That's exactly how I feel. User said, what's the crime like? I mean, there's crime everywhere in the world, unfortunately. To me, I don't think there's that much here. I don't know of any, personally. I always feel completely safe, never feel uncomfortable or anything like that. I mean, I'm cautious. Always aware of my surroundings and stuff like that. But here, it's just so different here. I'd say the majority of the people are very nice here, just about all of them. I've never experienced meeting anybody that wasn't nice to me. I really haven't. But I think it's like a respect thing. It goes both ways. I'm a visitor from another country, and I just respect the people here in the Dumaguete, Philippines, and they kind of return the favor. Goes hand in hand. And I see Amy Aguirre says hi, and then Billy says, how much to live there? You know, Billy, the best thing I can tell you is it depends on what you're looking for is going to determine how much it's going to cost you. Rentals of apartments and homes are significantly cheaper compared to what I paid in the United States. I just released a video, an apartment video break showing you what I get for a certain amount of money. You're more than welcome to check out that video. I just posted it yesterday. It's just an 11-minute video, a little walkthrough tour of my apartment, breaking down everything, you know, as far as apartment. Again, what you pay for food depends on what you want to eat. Do you want to eat out all the time? Stuff is cheaper here, but it still adds up, and it's like no different than being in the US. If you're eating out all the time, it's more expensive than buying your food and cooking at home. Peace Poppin says, walking in the best country and being healthy. Thank you, Kuya Michael, for everything. And that's another thing. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. And walking to me is one of the best things. And to me, it's hello. Mayung Muto. Yeah. I have to remember it's between 12 and 1. It's Muto. I almost said Mayung Hapon. And it's already past morning, so no more Mayung Buntag. SC says, America is the greatest country on the planet. I love America. That's where I'm from. But I'm also enjoying and loving it here. I'm liking learning about a different culture. I'm happy here. Certainly not stressed. And if I was back in the United States, I'd still be working. I'd still be working. I couldn't afford to live on what I'm living on here. It just wouldn't work. So being 55 years old, I wanted to get off the grind and start living my life now and doing what makes me happy instead of waiting for tomorrow, which is not even promised. I may feel healthy and doing great now, and I'm trying to stay ahead of things in life, but that doesn't mean I can't wake up tomorrow with some sort of problem. I've had too many friends that worked so hard for so long. Hello. And they worked so hard for so long, maybe 65 to 70 years old, and then they retire. Within a year or so, they all passed away. They all died. I mean, to me, that's not any kind of life to live. Hello. It's just not what I want to do. So that's why I decided to accelerate my retirement. And once I learned that you could do that here, again, I didn't initially want to come to the Philippines because I knew the cost of living was cheaper. I didn't even know that beforehand. I just eventually learned that after I was researching the Philippines, and I was like, wow, that's a nice added bonus. But I still had to come here. I still had to see if I could, I still had to come here and, you know, see if I could actually live here on a long-term basis, which I did. Roy says, they are kind, fun-loving people. I have friends living in the Philippines, might visit this year. Roy, I like your comments. I can completely agree. Everybody is super nice to me, always saying hello, and you know, you just respect them, they respect you. Mayong Muto. And yeah, as simple as that, saying, you know, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Mayong Muto. And that's what makes life so great. Hello. That's what makes it awesome here. What country are you in? Dumaguete, Philippines. Jeff says, I believe in what you're saying there. Callie Dave says, too humid. Actually, the humidity, I lived in Florida for 2 years, and maybe 2 years isn't long enough. Mayong Muto. Maybe 2 years isn't long enough to live somewhere in Florida to compare to here in the Philippines. But I'll be honest with you, I thought Florida was more humid than here. It's hotter here per se because you're closer to the equator and the sun. And I even met a friend of mine, his name the same as mine, Michael. He's a lifer in Florida. And I asked him the same question. I said, do you think it's more humid here or in Florida? And he said he felt like it was Florida. So that was interesting, you know, and he's a lifer. I didn't feel like me living in Florida 2 years was long enough for me to make a comparison when it came to humidity, but it doesn't bother me. Plus, there's always a breeze coming from the ocean here. It doesn't feel that bad to me. But everybody's different, you know. Some people, they don't like the humidity, and that's okay. You got to go where you like and what makes you happy. And I've always been a warm weather person. Hated the fact that summers in Pennsylvania only lasted 3 months at the most. That was too short, and then winter season was the longest. I just wasn't a cold weather kind of person. I prefer shorts and t-shirts. David says, are you worried about the healthcare situation there, being retired or not? David James, that's why I'm an advocate for my health. That's why I stay away from garbage food. That's why I stay away from, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I try to get the cleanest ingredients in my body. I stay away from that stuff. I walk every day. I do push-ups every day. I do weights, free weights, dumbbells every day. But the walking is probably the thing I spend the most time with because I do 10 miles a day. Yes, that's a lot. You could be fine. At the average person, if they did 3 to 5 miles a day walking, I think they'd be fine. Although I normally walk faster, but yeah, I'm not worried about health care. I don't have it, and certainly not here. I don't worry about things that, you know, I can't control, and that was an optimum. That was important to me. I was like, I got to make sure my health's good, you know, because I don't want to have to worry about health care and stuff like that. So no, David, I'm not really worried about it. Hold on, let me get back. Harry says gaming PC and PlayStation is culture in Southeast Asia. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that play video games. I'd rather be out walking and exercising, but I did it too. I had my moments playing video games a long time ago. Probably did it more in the States just because in the winter time, if you're kind of stuck in the house and you got snowstorm, you can't really go anywhere. I did walk out in the snow and stuff, but yeah, I was just bored back home. Here, I'd prefer to always know that I'm gonna have warm weather. I can go out and do my walks, be in my shorts, walking shoes, whatever, and just take it all in and watch how the things work here in Dumaguete, Philippines. They make it from one day to the next here, and it just, although it may look chaotic, it works. Monkey Wrench says, how much is it to rent a bike there? Honestly, people have said to me, hey, Mayong Mutto. Hey, maybe I got a question for you. Maybe you can help me. I'm doing my live stream. Somebody asked me, how much does it cost, if you don't mind being on there, how much does it cost to rent a motorbike? On the average, like how much? Yeah, like for the day. If you were renting a motorbike for the day, how much would it cost me? Like 300 pesos, more than that, 500 to rent a bike. 300 to 350 for the day to rent. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So there you go. He helped me, 300 to 350. Hey, hello, Mayong Mutto. He helped me a little bit. Now that might be not, I don't know how accurate it is, but he's gonna know more than me because I don't rent bikes. Yeah, and I don't think that's bad at all. Like if you know 300 pesos is what, like I said, I don't pay attention. Last I heard, what was 300 pesos between $5 and $6 something, but it keeps fluctuating. Well, actually, the value's gotten better per the dollar. Trying to go back to some of these. The guns are bigger than him. What time is it where you're at? It's 12:55 p.m. Tuesday afternoon. 12:55 p.m. Tuesday afternoon, Dumaguete, Philippines. Out for my daily walk. And if if anybody's in this live stream, I greatly appreciate the like. The likes has been done wonders for my channel, helping it grow, getting my channel out to other people that might be interested in like going for a walk with me in the Philippines, whether you have aspirations of someday coming here, or maybe you're just in a situation financially or health-wise you could never get here. I've had people come in the live saying they appreciate being able to watch this because for health reasons they could never probably come here. And that's a humbling comment. I like doing that stuff for people. But anyway, enough of my face. I'll show you guys what I see. Philip's here. Hello, Philip says, hi, Michael. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much, Philip, for always being here. Bro, where are you at to where this morning? Evan Abner, just doing my daily walks, walking through the Philippines. This is what I do through the city, obviously, Dumaguete City. I'll be down by the water and I just do up and down all through the city just to give you guys an idea of what's there to see. Jeff Johnson says hello. Xbox says, Mike, a bike is 5,000 pesos per month. So you're saying 5,000 pesos per month for renting it for the month, which that's not bad at all, if that's what you're saying. Zekero, ZEX or ZEK says, are you traveling or live in the Philippines? I'm living here. This is my home away from home. This is, yeah, my home. I've been here over a year now in the Philippines. Absolutely love it. Coming here obviously gave me the opportunity to retire at 55. My only financial income is my, what the heck, my brain's freezing. Pension and savings, that's it. If I were still living in the US, I'd still be working. Donnie says, yes, I tapped the like number, the first thing, Michael. Hey, I appreciate that. That's super awesome, super nice. Yeah, Esper, yeah, I've heard Thailand cost of living is more cheaper. But again, you know, I guess there's, I don't know, I've heard people say the one negative, which there's positives and negatives in every place you live. I guess, I don't know how often, like, the English language, the language barrier in Thailand. That's what a lot of people say is the biggest difference between here, the Philippines and Thailand would be language barrier. And with the exception, yeah, you're right, food is cheaper, rentals are cheaper. I've even heard that about Da Nang, Vietnam also. So again, everybody needs to find what they like. And it's okay if it's Thailand, Da Nang, Vietnam. I mean, those places I want to visit, I've never been there. But hear good things about it. Like I said, the only negative I ever hear is just the language thing. Not a lot of people speak English in Thailand. You gotta go back down here. I'm sorry, I'm losing track. Fortune says BGC is very expensive. And hello, Fortune, thank you for being here. Luthak says, for me, hopefully BGC initially in Dumaguete for the stay. Well, Luthak or Lutak, if you come to Dumaguete, give me a shout out. If anything, you'll see me walking around somewhere. I appreciate you being here. Harry says cost of living. Again, I just put a video out that breaks down my apartment, what I pay in my apartment per month. Everything else is subjective to the lifestyle that you want to have. Food, eating out in restaurants every day, or simply if you're going to eat at home, how often are you going to travel when you're here, how luxurious of a place do you want. And Fortune and others have repeatedly said that if you can, I mean, hell, you can survive on $1,200 a month here. If you have $2,000, it's almost like you have more than enough. Some people say, what about $5,000 a month? You'd be living somewhat like a king. Fortune has a lot of experience here. He knows. It's not, you know, it's not just me talking out the side of my mouth. And I'm living it here. I know what my budget is and how much I spend. And I'm shocked, actually, that I spend as little as I do. How far will $2,400 a month get you? Says off the ultimate mission. $2,400 USD. You're very, very fine. I don't know how else to say it other than $2,400 a month. You're living well. You could probably travel frequently. You could definitely eat out every day if you wanted to, or you just, mix it up a little bit. I don't know what you like to do, but $2,400 a month, you'd be absolutely fine. You'd be in a good situation. Ramji says hello. Fortune says, even you won't see the police much unless you make something foolish, theft, robbery, murder, etc. But as long as you just stay good, you won't. Yeah, that's exactly right. I made friends with all these guys here. Security, everybody. They know I'm just out walking, being respectful, and sharing my happiness. They love it. They think it's great. And I include them as well. I always say hi to everybody every day, and they say hi to me. They yell, look for me. Sometimes I don't even notice them, and I hear someone yelling for me, and it's them saying hello. Jordan says, how do you not get hustled on process? It happens, but what is your way of saying it's not happening? I'm trying to think of what you mean by getting hustled. One more question. What does a scooter cost? Ultimate mission. You mean renting or buying? Someone just mentioned if you're renting for the month, I think someone said, 5,000 or 7,000 pesos a month, simply for renting one. I don't know exactly what a new one costs or a used one. I don't have one. I could find out. Like I said, I asked the one security guard about what it would cost a day, and he was thinking 300 to 300 pesos a day just to rent a motorbike. Xbox Master says ADV 160 2026 is 170. So you're saying 170,000 pesos Xbox? Xbox, is that what you're saying? So where is this? Cuba? No, Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Philippines. Not in Cuba. 2,200 CAD, is luxurious. Exactly. If you got $2,200 a month, you have more money than what you realize to spend here. I don't spend that much per month. I don't need to. It's not that I don't even want to. I don't need to. So yeah, 2,200 is good. And my house says, oh, Dumaguete. My house says, rest in peace, Mark Thornton. Yeah, I didn't know who he was initially until someone told me he was a blogger here in Dumaguete. And then, I'd heard about his passing, and it's unfortunate and very sad. But I never really followed his channel. I kind of came here after all that. I didn't know much about his channel. Philippine peso, 50,000 per day in the ATM. The Lounge Boutique says, ever been to Chiang Mai, Thailand? Not yet. Hello. Not yet. Hello. Not yet. Maybe someday. I want to go to Japan first. That's the first place I want to go to. How are you, sir? That's the first place I want to go. Whether or not it is the first place I go to will be seen, but I'll just have to wait. But yeah, Japan's number one on my list, but I want to go to Da Nang, Vietnam someday, and obviously Thailand. What would $900 a month get you, says Indy. Indy, if you did it smart, you could survive on 900. You just have to be smart and disciplined with your money. Definitely you want to buy your food and cook at home. You can find, like I said, you can find apartments that are actually nicer than you would think. $200 to $300 a month. So right there, you get that out of the way, you're renting, and that's what you got left over. Obviously you have electric and water, and that's not all that expensive unless you're just hanging out in your apartment and running the AC all day. That could be an issue. ADC1664 says, thank you, bro. Well, I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad I have the people in here like Fortune and the knowledgeable people that have more knowledge of me. I'm still just a newbie here in the Philippines. So I'm sharing a newbie's outlook of the Philippines. You know, this is from a newbie's perspective. And that can be good, and you can learn a lot from me too. But what I bring is my energy and my happiness here, positive attitude. I don't even have to try to be happy. I just am. Simply just being retired is being happy, and then you throw in the fact that the people here are the best part for me, in my opinion, about the Philippines. It's the people. They're always so nice to me. I always feel welcome. People are always saying hello. You just feel like you're somebody here in the Philippines. And yes, could that have a little to do with the fact that I'm a foreigner? Yeah, it could. But I don't think that's the only reason. Any health insurance provider you recommend? Fortune, you could probably be the one to recommend as far as health insurance, because if I needed health insurance, I'd be asking Fortune. And I feel bad for Fortune. He's getting bombarded. I'm gonna have to hire him or something like that. I just started watching Where Are You Now? The real avocados or something. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. Is this the guy? I don't know what. I didn't see that. Damn, that's crazy. And if anybody doesn't know me, my name's Michael. I am from the United States. Lived in Pennsylvania my whole life, with the exception of 2 years. Lived in Florida, which I prefer. And now I'm living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines, and I'm happy as all can be, loving life. I go on my daily walks daily, and this is my new thing. Walking and live streaming to help my channel grow and just inspire other people to see what else is out there. I never imagined in a million years I'd be 55 years old now, living in the Philippines. I never imagined it, but I'm glad I did it because I'm having so much fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm a warm weather person. And again, if I was still living in the States, I'd still be working. That's something that kind of says it all. I'd still be working. S-Spirit says, how did you retire so young? I'm 55. My pension was available at 55 years old, and I took a slight, I'm talking very slight difference in what I'd get if I would have waited to whatever, 60 or something like that, or 57. It wasn't even that big of a difference. So I decided, you know what? Tomorrow's not promised. I'm gonna do it now. I can make it work between savings and my pension. Now, YouTube has been a total blessing for me. Everybody always asks, are you monetized on YouTube? As of a few months ago, yes, I am. It's not that much, but it does help and it does make a difference. So I'd be lying if I said it didn't. But that's not even that wasn't part of my budget coming into this thing. YouTube had nothing to do with it. I just decided to do it because people recommended I should do live stream or do YouTube to share my story, to share me, my excitement, my experiences here in the Philippines, especially where I live. Like, this is where I live. I live in Dumaguete. The opportunity to travel and stuff like that will come when that comes. But right now, this is where I live. And I'm completely happy to live here in Dumaguete. I'm comfortable, living the simple life. And you can still get far enough away if you're like, I don't consider Dumaguete that much of a city. To me, I always say this, it's like a town. But it doesn't take you long until you're outside of the city. If you need more nature, you can go to Valencia, you can go to Darwin. Like, doesn't take you long to get out of Dumaguete if you need to be away from the city. Where's the sun? It's cloudy today. It's a little overcast and cloudy today, unfortunately. Usually it is sunny every day, but today's a little cloudy. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Dr. Red Taco says, hey Michael, FYI, Dumaguete was ranked the safest city in the Philippines for 2025. Yeah, and I also heard, Fortune will probably know this, I think at some point or one time they did like, I don't know, the top cities in the Philippines or top city list of something. And Dumaguete was on the list. I don't know if they were number one or where they were ranked, but it was like a top 10. I don't know what year that came out, but it's kind of interesting to hear that. The temperature right now is like 85, 84. It'd be a lot hotter if the sun was out full blast. Like normally this is the hottest time of the day when I'm usually out doing my walks. But right now it's a, hey, Mayung, I guess Hapon? Yeah, Hapon, yeah. Oh, it's called Castaway Drift. Yeah, so Castaway Drift, D-R-I-F-T. Thank you very much. I see you guys every day, so thank you. I just love showing people the Philippines. Awesome people. Yeah, thank you. The people are what makes the Philippines great. Thank you. And see what I mean? That's what I'm talking. Why not? Bert says, why not Boracay? Maybe someday. I haven't visited there yet. I have a friend of mine, Gino, does Dazzle TV's his channel. He lives near there, very close, I think, to Boracay. And I think Boracay looks beautiful. I just haven't traveled there yet. Again, I just think Dumaguete is going to be my home base. And then when I can afford to travel, I'll do it and visit all these places in the Philippines because there's so many places I want to visit in the Philippines. Shay says, hello from Cebu. Hello, welcome from Cebu. That's awesome. Glad to see you. Pure Alaska's here. Hey, howdy, howdy, Pure Alaska. Again, I apologize if I don't see people's comments or questions because it's so hard for me to keep up with this. I'm blessed and thankful that there's so many people in here. This means a lot to me. I never in a million years thought people would enjoy walking with me as much as I enjoy simply walking in the Philippines. So thank you, each and every one of you guys, for doing that. Bert says, welcome to my vlog. Andre Robinson says, signing off now, Michael, much love. Andre, hope to see you again, my friend. Appreciate you being here. West Virginia in the southeast, that's breaking news. Adsy says, you're a cool guy, man. Well, I'm just Michael. I'm just simply me, authentic, genuine, and just, I don't know. Hey, I just show you guys what's going on. I'm gonna cut over here and go a different direction. Sometimes I go to the mall. I go wherever, just so people can see the way of life here. And like I said, that's why I don't get tired walking, because I get to see so much. There's so many people out. I enjoy it a lot. And maybe at one point I thought, I don't know how much I'd like a city or a town that's so active, but personally I like it. I like it active. Yeah, there's times I want to be. Hey, thank you so much. Mayung Hapon. Mayung Hapon. They're so nice. I love that. Welcome to Dumaguete, she said. That's so great. Off the Ultimate Mission says, hey, Michael, how about work? If one wanted to still work some, what does it take to find work over there? I think you have to be, I've heard this talked about so much. Obviously, I'm not going to be working here. I mean, unless you want to consider YouTube work. I think you have to be a citizen or something to be able to hold a job. Or maybe it's just your ACR card. I don't know enough about that either. I should learn these things because we talk about it so much. Mayung, it's Mudto is it still Mudto? Maybe it's 12 to 2. Is Mudto 12 to 2? I thought it was 12 until 1 p.m. I know Mudto, but I was thinking maybe at 2 o'clock, or now we're in Mayung Hapon. But I stand corrected. Xbox Master, hey Mike, just FYI, you best not to point at anyone. They find that very rude. Yeah, I don't really point at anybody. I just give them fist pumps, you know, or say hello. And yeah, it's all good. I understand what you're saying though. I don't disrespect anybody here. Never would do it anyway. I'm a guest here, you know. I'm a guest, and that's what you. That's just who I am anyway. I'm not disrespectful, arrogant, rude to anybody or nothing. I'm a guest. Yeah, Palawan is #1 on my list. I do see that. Palawan would be #1 on my list. As long as you have money, money talks in the Philippines. Yeah, Bert, to an extent. I mean, I don't know what you mean by like money, like buying everything. Like, I mean, obviously, hey, hello.
Where are you from?
I'm from
Just try to interview me.
United States.
Great. It's your first time here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I live here now, Dumaguete,
Where
yeah.
do you live here?
At Marina Spatial.
Where?
Marina Spatial by Silliman Beach.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I live. So I walk and do
You are walking here. It's your first time here in Dumaguete.
July of 2024.
Ah, you're not Philippines.
Yeah, I love Dumaguete.
Why you love Dumaguete?
The people.
Well, and also the food is very cheap.
Well, that too, but it's more all about the people.
And the people are
Yes.
friendly.
Yes.
You should also be careful with other people.
Oh, I know. You're right. Thank you. Someone, YouTuber, sent a laughing disco. Thank you for the laughing disco. I just saw that right now. Appreciate that. Again, I forget what that topic we're talking about. Bert and money. I know you say like money this, money that, or whatever, but everybody needs money in life, and it's nothing wrong with. I don't know. I mean, I have money, and I need to have money, and I want to have money to be able to live my life. So I think it's okay for anybody to have money. I know you say money talks. I guess true. It's a way of survival. I just don't want, like, I didn't know if you were getting to the point like money is like only important because they see a foreigner and they're just looking for people with money. That's not true. They can love money. Who wouldn't love money? I mean, I don't love it to the point where it controls me. That's for sure. I have my priorities in life, and money is not my #1 priority. No happy ending massages in Duma. I don't know about happy ending massages in Duma. Just Jay says, hello, Japan. Try some pork belly barbecue. I've had pork belly, but I don't know if it was, well, maybe it had barbecue on it. I'm not sure. True, my aunt is from there. They love money too much. I mean, we need money to survive. Unfortunately, that's the power of money. Bert says you can have a car, properties, and a driver's license. Yeah, I mean, I also had to work for the life that I have right now, and I'm very thankful for it and blessed that I have this opportunity. And that's why coming here to the Philippines has been such an eye-opener for me. It woke me up to a lot of things, made me appreciate what I did have, but it also made me personally realize I don't need all that stuff either to be happy. Having a car, yeah, it's great, but do I need it? Not right now, I don't. Having nice clothes, do I need all that stuff? Not really. Designer this, designer that, not really. I've learned that you can actually be somewhat more happy having less, but that's just me and my opinion. There you go, Jeff says they love there. And that's #1 for me, if anybody cares. That's my #1 priority. Because all the blessings that I've had since being here in the Philippines is for that reason and for that reason only. But that's my belief. That's what I believe. And yeah. Walking at noontime must be very hot. Actually, with it being kind of cloudy, it's not even bad at all. But yeah, typically I walk at this time all the time when I do my live streams, and people say, aren't you hot? Yeah, it's hot, but it doesn't bother me. Nothing that a little coconut water can't cure. Michael Hunter says, tell Che I said happy birthday. I think Che's in there right now. Fortune says hi to Che. Yeah, Che's birthday is this Friday. The 16th is Che's birthday. What's the latest news from Pro Life Travel? Do you know that vlog? JJK, I mean, yeah, you hear the rumors. I don't really have much to say in that, you know, you live with the decisions and the choices you make, and that's all I'm going to say. Quite honestly, pray for people like that. I don't know. I just don't know what to say. That's not me. I have no desire to be like that. And sometimes people do some crazy stuff for money. Not me. I have too much respect for people here.
RP092 to counter R4.
Lounge Boutique says, what's the nightlife here? What's it like here? I've only gone to like one place a couple times with some friends called, what is it, Why Not or something. I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. So we kind of just hung out with a friend of mine and his wife, and her sisters kind of got silly dancing around. I mean, it's nothing like any other club. It's just here in the Philippines. And I guess the bigger city you're in, the more wilder and crazier it could be and stuff like that. But I see you, Che. You can live on a farm with any fruit picking work in richer countries, so you don't pay rent. So you can camp with a backpack and tent and work 12 hours a day every day, then off season live in the Philippines. Well, there you go. Do you have a happy life in America before? I mean, I was happy, but quite honestly, you just kind of accept how things are, like living in America for me. How did I get my happiness in America? I felt like I always, when the weekend rolled around, if there wasn't some sporting event on TV, or I felt like I was always going shopping. I felt like I always had to spend money, go to a mall or something to give me temporary happiness. And then that's when I realized, after I sold my house, how much stuff I had piling up all over the place. It was crazy. So that's where probably my happiness was, which was to me false happiness. I was using materialistic things to buy me temporary happiness to get me through life. Yeah, you take your trips here and there, you go on vacations, whatever, but for the most part, I prefer this, and I prefer having less, and I don't need those materialistic things. And I'm completely happy getting up every day, exercising, walking here in the Philippines, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. But the people are the best thing. Like I said, I can't emphasize that enough. Would I enjoy here in the Philippines as much as I do if the people weren't the way they were? Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't. Are you a fugitive? No, I'm not. Why would you ask that, Bert? Fugitive. Are you a fugitive, Bert? I'm retired, and I had an opportunity to come to the Philippines. Yeah, I'm enjoying my life and loving it. Michael, you asked Che to marry you yet? You need a shadow on the way. Not yet. I haven't asked her to marry me yet, but I know a lot of people ask me that. Quite honestly, I don't worry about that stuff right now. When that's meant to be, it'll happen. One day at a time. There's no rush, and that's just part of getting to know somebody. There's no rush, taking your time. Che is everything to me and very special to me. And when that time comes, you guys will all be aware of it. Hi from Barbara, enjoying your video. Michael Boni says hi. Oh, wait a minute. Renee says, I'm so glad that you appreciate the people, because the people are where the love comes from, and that's where you get the love back. That's what I try to tell people. By me simply just being me, which I treat everybody with respect, be nice to them until someone disrespects me, then I guess you got to defend yourself a little bit. Here, I don't experience that. That kind of garbage I experience back home in the States. Here, I'm just myself, And then all the Philippine people shower you with love here. Oh, you just being a good person, saying hello to them, being nice to them. I don't know. I mean, who wouldn't want to be surrounded by people like that? I don't know. Maybe people don't like that. That's crazy, but I simply love being here and being surrounded by amazing, beautiful people with good hearts. Nothing's perfect, no matter where you live, because I know someone's going to say, oh, but this and this and this and this. I can point out 1,000 things wrong with the United States, too. There's things wrong everywhere in the world. You have to find a perfect fit for you. And right now, I'm completely happy being here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Completely happy and looking forward to visiting other islands and other places and meeting other people every day. Mike says, gotta go for a meeting. Thanks for today. Thank you, Fortune. Cypher says, I think that's adorable and awesome. Where Barbara says, where are you from in the States? I was born in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Now I say Altoona, the actual city, because actually people previously on my live stream were familiar with Altoona, and I thought that was wild. So yeah, born in Altoona, Pennsylvania, raised in Pennsylvania basically all my life, with the exception of 2 years I lived in Florida. Renee says there's also a lot of right with the world. If you focus on that, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's the way I feel, Renee. Like I said, I focus on the positives. I don't focus on the things that are distractions. I put all good things first and foremost in my life. And you know what? All in all, in my opinion, there's more good in this world than there is bad. It's just everything's focused on the bad. But that's just one man's opinion. But I see more good here in the Philippines than I see bad. I don't let cultural differences here in the Philippines deter me from loving being here. It just doesn't have that effect on me. Again, though, some people could come here and they'd hate it. That's okay. Everybody's entitled to feel the way they feel. I've traveled a lot. It does open your eyes to people and culture. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You're exactly right, Roy. That's what I'm so thankful for being somehow I was brought here. It opened my eyes. It changed my life in such a positive way. Not that I wasn't positive prior to getting here, but I think I'm even more focused on being positive because I'm more happy. And I'm happier, believe it or not, by having less. I know it sounds crazy because I say having less is having more, in my opinion. And some people say, well, having less is just having less. I don't know it depends on what your priorities are. Because I'll tell you what, the happiness that I found here, you can't pay for that. There's no price on that. You can spend all the money you want trying to find real happiness. I feel like I have it here. I've never felt more happy in my entire life. How much money do you need to live there? Says Michael. The famous question. The consensus of me and many of my other friends here, we try to come up with an average number that we can share with people. Still depends on your lifestyle and everything. But being generous in a way, I'd say anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 a month, you're fine. $1,000 to $1,500 would be perfectly fine. Because once you get to $2,000, I don't even spend $2,000 a month. So, depending on what your income is and your finances are, I'm not here to spend my budget, or spend more than I have to. I save money so that I can make a trip at some point and get away and do things. But that's kind of been the consensus. If you're a single person, $1,000 to $1,500, you'll be just fine. But that's just my opinion. William Berry with a great comment. Having less means you have more freedom. That's exactly, I agree with that. I don't want to be focused like I was in the States on materialistic things. I don't want that anymore. I don't care about it either. even this past Christmas here in the Philippines, which is my second Christmas, I didn't want anything. I didn't ask for anything. And just so my girlfriend didn't feel bad, she's like, but Michael, you have to have something for yourself for Christmas. And I just didn't want her to be bothered and feel bad for me. So I simply just said, okay. I went to a place and got a t-shirt for like 250 pesos. It was like $5. That's all I got. That's all I wanted. Lori DeHart says, hello, dude. Hello, Lori. Stay Curious says, I ate at Shakey's Pizza in Tagaytay. Delicious. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Shakey's. People go to this place too, Greenwich Pizza here. They like that. My favorite pizza is at a restaurant called Astoria. It's a little more expensive, but the guy's ingredients are darn close, if not exactly to what ingredients I'm used to. It's a lot of work and money to own a bunch of cars and swimming pools and boats. I agree, William. You're exactly right. Ain't no Santa Claus there. So many motorbikes. Yeah, that's their way of transportation here. I think it's neat. Hopefully someday I get the courage to ride a motorbike here. I'm a little intimidated still, learning how to ride a motorbike here in the Philippines, just because my mindset is still of driving in the United States. But there's no street lights here or anything like that here in Dumaguete. But it seems to work. I rarely, not that there aren't accidents, but I rarely see any. I'm surprised I don't see more, to be honest with you. Do you have a car? Barbara, no car, no motorbike, just my shoes. Shoe Leather Express. I just walk everywhere. And again, where I'm at gives me that opportunity. I just simply walk everywhere. That's why I also like the location. Everywhere I need to get to, I can simply walk. It's not that far. I drove a scooter for 3 months. I knew I was next for the boom. Michael says, where are you at? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Michael Johnson. There's Lee Plaza. A lot of people go there, do their shopping. And then you have your pharmacy-like places. You can become a slave to your possessions. Yeah, William, you and I think a lot alike. Yeah, do you want to control your possessions or do you want your possessions to control you? It's kind of like cell phones, in my opinion, especially with the younger generation. I would say they're controlled by the phone, whereas the older people like myself, I control my phone. I don't feel like I'm controlled by the phone. They say there's no better place to live than the U.S., your point of view. Don't get me wrong, I love the U.S., but the U.S., they gotta hit rock bottom before they can bounce back up. And I think that, in my opinion, that's what's going on. I never, ever really, truly talk about politics or anything on my channel because that's not what it's about. And I'm not looking to get into debates or arguments or anything like that with people. I choose to just focus on the positives and the happy things in my life. Like I said, sometimes things have to get rock bottom and cleaned up and then start all over again. But that's just my opinion. Are you ever in danger there, says Selena? I'm sure if you think that way, you could always somewhat feel like you're potentially in danger. I mean, I could get hit by a car or a motorbike, anything's possible, and I'm just joking and being funny in a way, but I never feel in danger here. I never feel intimidated by somebody. I never feel threatened by somebody. I never feel disrespected by anybody. Maybe I'm just completely lucky and blessed that hasn't happened because I've been here over a year. But I've never had any situations where anybody made me feel uncomfortable or I felt like I was gonna be threatened or harmed. Never. Not once. That's not to say it couldn't happen, though, because I don't think any place is safe-proof, but I do feel very comfortable here. Raphael says, happy for you. I appreciate that. I'm happy for myself, too. You got to enjoy life. It's too short. Again, nothing but blessings since I've been here in the Philippines, and I don't take any of this for granted. Never. I don't take anything for granted. I just know that I'm in a very blessed and fortunate situation, and I take it one day at a time. Just says, just stay in at night. Don't walk around drunk late is a good idea. You know, people ask me that if I ever walked around late at night. It was months ago, but I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about being drunk. So me walking around at night, I'm probably have a little bit of advantage being a sober person versus a drunk person walking at night. I've walked through some of the, I don't know, if you want to consider it maybe, I wouldn't say it's a bad area, but maybe it wasn't the most comfortable place to go. But I've never felt uncomfortable. And I was walking, it was almost like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was the times that I went with some friends. We went to that club here, Why Not or What If or whatever it's called, something like that. But I don't drink. I just didn't want to take a tricycle home. I'd rather walk a mile and a half home than spend 20 pesos on a tricycle. It's not like I'm cheap. I prefer to walk. And yeah, I'm so into my walking and health and exercise. Raphael says, I'm in the U.S. I want to apply your state of mind here. Listen, the best thing I can tell anybody is if you have the health, you have the money, you have maybe have some time off. You don't have to necessarily be retired yet, but you can at least visit ahead of time. You don't have to wait. And then you kind of give yourself an idea if that would be an option for you later down the road, if you're, years away from retiring or something like that. But I also have met people, heck, one of my friends, he is 46 years old living here. He's 46. And I think he has rental properties or something in the U.S., so that's his source of income, and he's living here. So he's not technically retired, but I think he has like rental properties. Can you please show the sea? Yeah, that's where I'm going right now. I'm going to the water right now. Stay Curious says, I like cold weather. Why Not is like the Star Wars bar, lots of creatures. Yeah, I went there twice with my good friend Corey and his wife and sisters. The girls kind of wanted to be let loose and be a little goofy, but I don't drink. Corey doesn't drink, or at least he didn't drink that night. I haven't had a sip of anything in over 20 years. It's been a while. So yeah, I don't drink. What made you decide to go to the Philippines? Just because in the beginning I wasn't even looking to come here now. I was just simply looking for like my future, what I could possibly do, where I could go, looking for tropical islands in the world that stays warm all year round. And of course, the Philippines, amongst many others, came up. And then the more research I did on it, I was like, wow, this looks cool, I like it. And then I reached out to some other vloggers on YouTube who assisted me in accelerating my decision to come here, at least visit. My initial plan was to only stay here for 2 months. But then I ended up staying for like 7 to 8 months. There's the I Love Dumaguete sign. But yeah, that's what I decided to do. So once I came here, I was like within 2 weeks of my 2 months to go back home. And I said to my friend, I don't feel like I'm ready to go back home. I don't want to go back yet. I feel like I want to stay longer. I like it. I want to learn more. And he simply said to me, Michael, if you can get the time off and you can afford it, then there's no reason for you to go back. And that's what I did. I stayed. Stay Curious says $4,000 a month, live like a king. That's an understatement. You're exactly right. Yeah, 4,000. Like some people said, hey, what can I do with 5,000? I'm like, dude, you don't have to worry about anything unless you're just, I don't know what you could possibly be buying to go through $5,000 a month here. But Dumaguete is a good choice, says Wenny. Locals, what does a day of meals cost and rent? Loco 4S, that just comes down to like, what type of meals are you eating? Are you eating Philippine food? Philippine food's fairly cheap here. You can get good sushi here, actually fairly cheap. Do you need American style food? It might cost you a little more. It's still cheaper here. Are you somebody that's gonna live here and then cook your meals, want a place with a kitchen and be able to cook? I mean, all those things factor into everything. But like, let's just say I was going to go out to eat for the day, like eat out every meal, and I only eat twice a day, like a big breakfast, lunch combined, and then dinner. So if I was and I only drink water, I'm not buying beer, I drink coffee, I do get lattes here, 1, sometimes 2 a day. I don't spend more than like $10. Like I could simply go to a place called Melting Pot, get sushi, get a chicken katsu burger, something like that. It's like 200 pesos. Like, you can probably get away with spending no more than $10 a day going out. And there you go, do the math. But that's on like kind of like the lower end. You know, you can get a little more expensive if you want to eat steaks and something extravagant here at some of these other restaurants, which I don't show my face that much. You guys don't need to see me when I'm talking. I like showing people what I see as I'm walking. But the Bees says, what do you do for work? I'm retired, officially retired, the Bees. If you want to consider YouTube work, then you can say that. You know, I enjoy doing YouTube, and it's a blessing, and I'm thankful that I get to share, you know, things going on with me in my life here, and I want to inspire other people in the Philippines. GG says, Michael, hello, GG. But yeah, I don't work. My work is my fitness every day and sharing my life with you guys, but I don't consider that work. And it's kind of interesting when you think about it. A lot of people will say they enjoy being on my live streams because it's therapeutic to them. Well, guess what? Me being on the live stream with you guys is also therapeutic. It's very therapeutic to me as well. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's not as sunny today. You can see the sun. There's a little overcast. But to me, every day, I'm happy. I don't care. Like, if it rains, am I a little disappointed? Yeah. But even the rain doesn't bother me because it's still warm. And I guess if you're sweating, the rain kind of showers you off anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I got a seafood platter at 3,500 pesos in a touristy spot. And see, and that's good. Like I said, there's some things I'll get, and I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I'll just think to myself, wow, if I would have got this same thing in the States, it would have been a lot more for certain things. And even when I lived in the States, I didn't eat out a lot. I was working, I could have ate out all the time in the US, but I didn't prefer it. I actually like to cook. I like to say I was pretty good at it. So I could cook, self-sufficient, make a variety of things. And I don't know about any of you guys, but if you can cook and you can buy your own food and you can pick your own ingredients, you can make food better than what you get in the restaurant, in my opinion. And you're still saving a lot of money too. Barbara, and I don't have to worry about stupid snow. So the only thing I miss about snow, if I miss anything, is shoveling it once in a while, having a hot cup of coffee with the steam coming out, shoveling it, and then the dusting of snow on Christmas. That's about it. Purple Monster Rhythm says at least look him up. He's been in the Philippines for 15 years and no word from him in 11 years. I'm missing what you're even asking me to look somebody up. Stay Curious says he's a good-looking guy, so no problem with the ladies. Beautiful day. Silent Girl says wow. Michael says looks cloudy. Yeah, it is a little bit. Raphael says, what are the best sites to visit to get information on living outside of the U.S.? Quite honestly, YouTube. YouTube, to me, I'm going to go up this way, is the best place to go. Other than just doing random searches on Google, but to me, that's where I got all my information. That's where I met people. That's how you guys are meeting me. Again, there's people that are much more knowledgeable than me, much more experienced, knowing the ins and outs of like travel and Philippines. I'm still like a newbie, so like my perspective, although it's a newbie perspective, it's like my walks are more geared towards just sharing my energy and my happiness here, and from a new guy's perspective. Some people say like, would that ever maybe get old for me and like I get bored? I don't know. It took me 50 something years to get bored in the States, so maybe another 50 years here in the Philippines, but I can't imagine I'm gonna live that long. But I guess anything's possible. That'd be great. But are you in Dummy Dumas? Yeah, I'm in Dumaguete. I wouldn't say it's Dummy Dumas. That's kind of, I just wouldn't call it that. Maybe you had a bad experience here, or you just going by with hearsay or something like that. I don't know why you'd call it Dummy Dumas. But that's your entitled to your opinion. Oh, what this person's doing. Take care of your personal things. I know where you are. Don't be so trusting. No, I mean, listen, I have my little circle of friends. I say hello to everybody. I'm nice, respectful, considerate to everybody, but I'm not by any stretch of the imagination friends with everybody. That would just be honestly too much. And I need my alone time, my Michael time. I guess doing these live streams and walk-ins kind of like my alone time too. Loco says best place to live there in the Philippines. Is there a beach in the Philippines? Oh, there's beaches all over the place, Timothy. It's just a matter of where you go. Every place has different beaches, different places to find them, different islands. Siquijor Island's right across, 30-minute boat ride across the water. Very simple to get to. But yeah, like right here, there are beaches, but I wouldn't necessarily call them my type of beach. It's just sand and water and probably some debris and stuff in certain locations that are like close by to here. If you go like 20 minutes away, motorbike, you can go to Darwin for a nicer beaches, Para Vida resorts and stuff. Sorry, what's the best place to live in the Philippines? My gosh. I don't know about that, Loco. Best place. I know the number one place I want to go to is Palawan. That's the number one place I want to go to is Palawan. Whether or not that's the best place, I don't know. But from everything I've seen on YouTube, video footage and everything, the beaches and the nature, Palawan, in my opinion, is my first and foremost place to go to in the Philippines. Yes, it's more expensive. Of course, it's nicer. Hopefully someday when that time comes. Yeah, that's right. It just depends on what you like, too. People come to Dumaguete, they hate it. I went to Bacolod. I hated it. I couldn't stand Bacolod. It was in Negros Occidental. Same island, just in the opposite corner. I couldn't stand it. I was so bored. There's nothing to do there. It's all city, literally all city. Nothing to look at. All you see is big, really big buildings. This is nothing. At least it opens up here. Yeah, you can get outside of Bacolod, but I just didn't have the vibe there. I don't know how else to explain it, but again, I learned that. I was there for 4 months, and that was long enough for me to realize I didn't like it. Yeah, Dumaguete I've heard is very nice. It's definitely a cooler of a climate temperature-wise, because you're like up in mountains. I know my one friend Ray, he loves it there, but he prefers the cooler temperatures. He doesn't like the heat all the time. He prefers that. And it looks really clean there in Dumaguete. Yeah, from what I've seen, it looks really nice. But again, it just depends on you as a person. If you're not, I would say if you don't have any interest in hot weather, the Philippines probably isn't for you. Even despite all the money that you can save here and all that, I don't know if I'd sacrifice if you don't like heat. You have a job there, so what do you do wages wise? How does it compare to States? Lisa, I'm retired. I don't have a job. No job. I'm 55 years old, and my only source of income is my pension and my savings. And I guess, being honest with you, my very little from YouTube. But it does make a difference. Those are all blessings for me. So I guess I have to include YouTube now in the equation. But I don't depend on it. It's just added comfort and flexibility, and gives me the opportunity to save money for when I decide to take a trip. I'm in South Carolina, I can take it. So that's good, Loco. That's exactly, I mean, I lived in Pennsylvania for all my life, and everybody experiences hot summers in the States. But yeah, I lived in Florida for 2 years. I don't mind the heat. I actually thrive on heat. I thrive. I mean, I get more energy the hotter it is. I don't know why. Some people may think it's a little weird or strange, but I get more energy from walking in the sun. And obviously today is really easy because it's cloudy and overcast. Miss Dimples is here, says good afternoon, Mike. Hello, Miss Dimples. Nice to see you again, Miss Dimples. Jeff Johnson says Steelers lost. And that's another thing, Dan. I really don't cover anything. I may look at the box scores and stuff like that. I haven't really paid attention to professional football in quite a long time. I don't know. The game is just different anymore. I mean, I'm more of a college fan, but even the game of college is turning like pros. I don't know. But being here, if I want to watch a game live, I have to be up at in the middle of the 2 to 3 a.m. in the middle of the night. A-Quest, all right. The only one I can go through that I know won't get disrupted is I'll show you which one. There's only one I can go into, because if I try to go in the other one, it's more enclosed and my signal will be gone. So I'll try that. Yes, the people are special. Barbara says, how is the medical care there? I've heard, depending on where you're at and your needs for specific things, that determines where you're going to go to get it. I don't have any medical here whatsoever. I'm all natural health, walk-in full, and I do it all that way. Maybe I have to go down another, I forget here, to get you guys into the meat section. Let's go down this way. Maybe later. Scooters and motorcycles are cheap there, 2-stroke maybe. Yeah, they have automatics, and then they have the ones where you're shifting or whatever. Hey, hello. I love the public market. Yeah, I'll get in there. Like I said, where the meat and the fish are, I can usually walk in there because my signal doesn't get disrupted. It's when I go into some of these other ones, they're more enclosed. Dimples, I'm not a famous vlogger. I'm not even close. I'm just Michael vlogging the Philippines. That's good enough. I'm Castaway Drift. I appreciate you saying that, but I'm just Castaway Drift. Mickey says good morning. No, purple. I wasn't in the military. Let me go up this way. You guys can see. As long as I don't lose the signal, I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens. So you got the fish. Mayong hapon. Any bakeries? Yeah, there's bakeries all over the place. Yeah, I can show you guys bakeries. They're all over the place. Mayong hapon. See, 220. Labas. What is? Okay. Very fresh. I can see. Very fresh. Yeah, like squid. Do they have hamburger there? There is beef. I can walk down to the other end and show you that. Mayong hapon. Yeah, very fresh. Very, very, very fresh. 150. Yeah.
Philippines?
Yeah. Yeah. It's called Castaway Drift is the name of my channel, YouTube. People like me showing the Philippines. Let me see if I can find hamburger. I'm gonna look. But yeah, they got a lot of Mayong hapon. Yeah, she said, welcome to my vlog. Yeah, a lot of fresh fish in here now. Sometimes they have ice, but a lot of times it's right from the ocean right to the counter. I think most of the people that get the ice is when they're taking it home. Yeah, there's a lot of fish. Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Look at all these. Yeah, mussels. Lots of mussels. I'm gonna see if I can find you beef down here, maybe. I mean, see, like you can see the shrimp has ice in it there. They have ice in the shrimp. Whoop. Let him go first. But yeah, they definitely got ice within the shrimp. It's Dumaguete, Philippines. Man, those look like big lobsters or something. Yeah, lobsters. Scallops. 2.5. Yeah. I was gonna say, those are big. Some big crabs. Other crabs. Mayong hapon. Yeah, they got a... See, this is more the beef. I did see ground beef here before. I don't know if I'm going to see it this time, but I'll look. I'm trying to see. Mayong hapon. Thank you. Yeah, like before I've seen hamburger, but I don't see any right now. This is kind of like the beef section is down at this end. Loco says I'm going to come now. Hey, come to Dumaguete. I'll meet you for coffee. If you have a specific drink that you prefer, you can whatever you want, but I just drink coffee, no alcohol for me. I live here now, Wilma. This is like my home away from home. Yeah, vacation that was in July of 2024. That was my vacation. Yeah, they do. That's what keeps the bugs off of the stuff. See, that looks like hamburger there, but I'm not 100% sure. Ground something. Oops, sorry. But yeah, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Coffee is fine. I don't drink either. Very good, Loco. I like that. Like you guys say about bakery stuff, like this is just one. But they have these all over the place. Like you can't walk anywhere. Mayong hapon. You can't walk anywhere. Like you're gonna find food, like baked stuff, uh, coffee shops, lechon manok, which is like rotisserie chicken. There's always something. I mean, here you even got like peanuts. I mean, those are just peanuts right there. I ain't seen any flying insects. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Like I said, people always ask about mosquitoes and stuff like that. Other than when I first got to the Philippines, I went through a little bit of phase. The mosquitoes were, I don't know, for whatever reason, biting me at my ankles. When I first got here, and I would joke and say it must be the foreign blood here or something. The mosquitoes smelt something different in me and liked it. And then I don't know. After being here, you still get a bite randomly, but not often. Once in a while. Locos, what do I need to live there? Buy a plane ticket. Pack a very light bag. Pack a very light bag. You don't need a lot. That's the mistake I made. Just bring your main essentials. If you need extra shirts or socks or anything, you can buy that stuff here, and it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. Yeah, money would be. Yeah, yeah. You need that as well. Sorry, I left out the fact that you need some money. Definitely need money, but not as much as you would think. Obviously, the more you can bring in American currency, then you can just exchange here and you get a very good rate when you trade in cash, especially if you have crisp $100 bills. They're very crisp and newer the bill, almost like mint. You're going to get the most in return. I learned that. I didn't know that until after coming here. Mayong hapon. Yeah. To live there permanently, shoot, basically mayong hapon. Just that you just need a tourist visa, really, unless you're just you have your passport. Get your passport, get some money, pack a little bag. You can stay in a hotel to begin with, and then eventually you can move to an apartment. Honestly, recommend people staying in an Airbnb. It's like an apartment, but then you pay a Airbnb rate if you're not gonna be here that long. Hey, Mayong hapon. Yeah, everybody's saying yeah, she sees. I see her everywhere. She's a friend of mine. So hey to everybody.
Welcome to the vlog of Michael.
Yeah, look.
Seller.
Yeah, everybody.
Wow. Black bag.
What's their language here? This is Bisaya. They speak Bisaya here in the Visayas. Bisaya and the Visayas. Hello. Let me see. Visayan dialect. Yes, Just Jay. And hey, if you haven't given me a like yet, I'm trying to, every day I want to get over 200 likes. And I see them at 190, so I only need 10 more. 10 more likes, you guys can push me over 200. And it's for free. You just double tap the screen or whatever. Vicky says, where are you? Dumaguete, Philippines, Vicky. Tagalog, I know very little Tagalog. Probably like kumusta ka, which is how are you? And then you say you're good is mabuti, means you're good. Praven Kumar says from India. John says, hello, Sir Castaway. Wow. Welcome, guy. Welcome, my alien friend, John Vasquez. Now you can hear me. My bad. My bad. Thank you, Nasty Cat. That was my fault. I accidentally bumped the. They have the mute button right underneath where you flip the screen. So let me. We're good, right? We should be good. Soph Allen says, "Hey guys, hello, Soph Allen. I gotta go down another street. My mother is. I haven't seen you in a while, Sophie. You say your mother is something. All good. Thank you very much. Sorry for the cutting out. That was my fault. I accidentally hit the mute button. Your mother is home. That's great to hear, Sophie Allen. I appreciate you. I haven't seen you in a while, but it's okay. I understand you got to divert your attention to your mother. That's much more important, and certainly much more important than my live streams walking. Sure. Sharon says, my brother went to Cebu from Fresno, California. I'm in New York. Well, that's awesome, Sharon. I hope he enjoys Cebu. Oh, don't tell me there's no sound again. Scott says no sound. And Tracy says, hey, from Arizona. Hello, Tracy. She had surgery to get her cancer removed and things like that. All right. And hey, anybody, you guys hear me, right? Is the sound okay? Oh, all right. Someone just said sound is okay, good. Thank you, Monkey Wrench Studios. Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Thank you, ABC, Tracy. You guys look great. I hear you 5 by 5. And Zost says, hello from Bangkok. Jeff says, yes. Augustine says, you haven't answered my question about nightlife. Yes, I do hear you. If I remember correctly, you're just asking me how it is for nightlife. Well, here in Dumaguete, I only know I'm not a bar guy. I'm not a nightclub guy. I don't drink either. And I apologize if you think that's boring, but I have a lot of fun without it. I've only been to one club / bar, and it's called Why Not. It's okay. It's like a dance floor. They have they call it a stripper pole, like dance pole. Girls get crazy and wild, and dudes do too. And it was like, you know, nothing that I haven't ever seen before. The only difference is it's beautiful people from the Philippines dancing, the majority of them, with some foreigners mixed in. Augustine says, I'm Springfield, Massachusetts. I don't drink, so it's okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just like a health nut. Like, I'm more about, you know, keeping my body clean and free of anything that basically doesn't provide any nutritional benefit. That's just me. Jeff says, good for you. Barbara says, do I live in an apartment? Yes, I do, Barbara. And just an FYI, if you aren't a subscriber to my channel, if you go to my most recent video I've listed, not a live stream video, under my videos like log, my newest video I did on my apartment. You can see my apartment there. I talk about what I pay, the amenities there, like a swimming pool and a gym. And it's very small, but that's what I like. Do you smoke or vape? No, I don't smoke, don't vape. I don't do anything. Again, if that had a positive benefit, health benefit, I probably would do it. But yeah, there's nothing in there that's gonna help me. And that's just me, man. I'm just like, especially when you get older, and you know, I've always pretty much had this mindset. Like I said, I haven't drank any alcohol in over 20 years. Probably pushing, yeah, I'm probably pushing about 25 years since the last time I drank. Barbara said, sounds good. Yeah, so just check out my video. Like I said, there's a video of me just little basic 11-minute video or something like that. Just gives you the quick tour of where I live. A lot of people have been asking me to show it, and I figured the best way to do it would be just in a separate video and not a live stream, because then people would have to skip through the live stream just to find that section, what they're looking for. So yeah, it's in a video. Bird Too Fast says, good healthy living. That's the only way I see it. And again, I'm not here. I don't have health benefits. I don't need them, but that's not to say I couldn't. But that's why my health is even more important and more vital. Mayong hapon. Hi from Queens, New York. I just came across your channel. Good luck, or good job. I like this comment format showing us what it's like. I like doing it too. Number one, because I already walk all over the place. Anybody that knows me, I do 10 miles a day. Sounds like a lot. I'm so used to it, been doing it for years. It's not a lot. Especially when you're not thinking about it, even if you're not doing a live stream, listening to music, listen to some audio thing, and you just take in all the things that you see. I'm energized by it. You just keep walking and walking. You don't even realize it. And I feel so darn good from walking. I've been doing this for years. I've trained myself, and I never really feel tired. I stretch, make sure that's taken care of, because I don't want to do some freaky injury simply not even bending over right. You shouldn't bend over. You should go into a squatting position when you pick up stuff. Take care of your back or pulling a hamstring. I don't want to do something stupid, because if I can't walk, then I'm like, oh, that would just kill me if I couldn't do the things that I like to do. Barbara says, do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I do have a girlfriend here, Barbara. Yep, her name's Che, and her birthday's this Friday. So we're gonna be celebrating her birthday on Friday. So I'm excited to do that. We're gonna go to our favorite restaurant called Astoria. That would be fun. I mean, people said, oh, you should do a live stream for her birthday, but it's gonna kind of be in an odd time. And I don't even know what the signal would be like inside this restaurant. I know I have a very good signal walking out and about here in Dumaguete. So I'm fortunate when it comes to that. But yeah, my girlfriend's birthday's on Friday. Julian says, how old is she? The famous age thing. She's gonna be 24 years old. 24, I should say 24 years young. And I know it's a very touchy subject for some people when it comes to age gap relationships. Listen, when I came here, I didn't have any idea I'd meet somebody younger, but that's the way it is over here. It's very different, and people can have their opinions as to why that is or why not. I know plenty of people that are in age gap relationships, and they're very successful and they work out just fine. Sometimes they don't work, which is normal, as do any relationship, regardless of an age gap or not. Things work, things don't work. But at the same time, for those, that are against people with age gap stuff, I don't care what anybody thinks. Quite honestly, I'm not doing anything wrong. Neither is a lot of people, and it's just something that's different. We've grown up in a society where everybody told us, well, you should do this and can't do that. But then again, did you guys ever remember all the celebrities and all the people, rich and famous? A lot of those people would have age gap relationships, but it was okay for them. I don't know, just my thoughts on that. But again, to each his own, and whatever they like or don't want to do, that's up to them. Are you Bob Burnquist? Who the hell is Bob Burnquist? Sometimes people think I look like Vanilla Ice. Sometimes people think I look like Lane Kiffin. Sometimes people think, they think a lot of things. Mayong hapon. My friends there, they see me walking around every time. They're very nice. Where are you? What country? Be happy, don't worry. Nancy, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Doing my daily walk in Dumaguete, Philippines. Hello. Mayong hapon. David Goggins. Hi from Puckett. I'm not going to say it the other way. Sweet Caroline Dada says, what up with love? 5 sideway. So you in looking for Lolitas? I'm not looking for any Lolitas. Lolitas are just everywhere, if you're meaning Filipinas. Can't gaslight a normal, healthy relationship. Yeah, Paul, you're right. Pro skateboarder. Wait, what was the name of the pro skateboarder? David Goggins was the skateboarder. All right. I have to look him up now that you guys say I look like a famous skateboarder. How big of an age gap are we talking? Are you talking specifically my age gap relationship? I'm 55. My girlfriend's 24. That's how big we're talking. I'm not married. We're in a committed relationship. Rodney Mellon, Tony Hawk. In that city, were you also subject to raid and danger? No, I'm not. And subject of anything like that. Sofa Kingdom. You're probably watching the wrong YouTube channels if you're watching guys like that. I know who you're referring to. I'm just not going to talk about it because I don't have any respect for that individual because he didn't respect the people here in the Philippines, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Hopefully things turn out better for the individual. I don't know what's going to happen, but not really my problem. You respect people no matter where you're at in the world, you probably have a much better life. You look like Steve-O. Philip says you mentioned Japan. Tokyo probably, first. And then there's a lot of naturist areas, Philip, that I would be interested in visiting. But yeah, I've always just had this interest, like affinity for Japan. I just think the culture is so beautiful, the people and like the way they run things and like, I don't know, just something about Japan I've always been interested in. Yeah, Adsy, you know who it is. Like I said, I don't even want to get into it because that's just negativity and not positive, and I'm happy and blessed and love everybody here and have the utmost respect for the people of the Philippines, and that's what you have to do. You do that simple little thing, which I don't know why everybody wouldn't want to do it. You do that little thing, I don't think you'd have any problems. I go about, mind my own business, do my walking, say hello to everybody, treat everybody with respect. I don't have issues. Bird too fast because we are loving people. Yeah, it's exactly right. You are. And I know it. I feel it. I've experienced it here. And it's the most amazing thing. Like I said, I continuously talk about the number one thing here for me in the Philippines is the people. Everything else, the weather, the cost of living, the islands, the nature, the beaches, that's all the icing on the cake. But to me, the foundation of this whole thing, my experience here in the Philippines, is simply about the people. Yeah, Kissing a Dream says, I would take Che any day over a 300-pound couch potato here in the States. Yeah. A lot of 300-pound couch potatoes. That's, Thank you. What brought you there initially? Initially, it was all about the weather and the opportunity to see tropical islands and stuff like that. But it was the weather. My main search was where are tropical islands that stay between 80 and 90 degrees all year round. Not a iota of snow, that kind of stuff. Philippines came up. There are a lot of places all over the world that came up. Then when I started searching Philippines on YouTube, then I started getting a lot of vloggers, and I reached out to a particular vlogger. His channel's called It's Me. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's called It's Me, and his name is Corey, and his wife's name is Raquel. he's the guy that I met, very great guy, and he basically helped me navigate the whole process and got me here. Just had me cover all my bases, made recommendations on hotels, recommended that I fly in through Cebu instead of flying into Manila, just because Manila airport is a little bit considered by most people a little much more chaotic than Cebu airport. And I'll be forever grateful to Corey. And that's kind of how things got rolling. But once I decided to buy a plane ticket, he made sure I wasn't going to talk myself out of it, because the only person that can talk yourself out of doing something is yourself, not anybody else. David, yeah, see, David says Cebu Airport is easy. You're right. Endace Billy is out. I don't know. Pillworm said depends on how are you living and where. How much money to spend at least for a month. Augustine, again, it's what they said. See, Pillworm says around 1,500, but for plane tickets, the earlier you can buy it in advance of your departure, the less expensive it gets. And there's also the seasonal time, like the popular time when everybody's flying. I think, if I remember, tickets are definitely during the summer months, typical summer months in the US, like June, July, and August. I think they're fairly expensive because that's when everybody's off, like takes their vacation. So if people are coming to the Philippines, that makes sense why the tickets were expensive then. When I flew back here in June, I went back in March of 2025, and then flew back in June. I'm lucky if I had a month in between for me buying the ticket, but I didn't care. I was like, I just want to get back, bought a one-way ticket. It was like, I think it was like $800 and something. Again, you can find cheaper than that. I just wanted to get back. I had enough. When I went back in March, heck, I was in the US for a week and I couldn't wait to get back here. Yeah, see, December is very expensive, right? Christmas time and everything. And then David's right, prices are dropping a bit compared to the pandemic. Where's the college? That's at the opposite end. Maybe tomorrow I'll go through Silliman College. It gets a little finicky with my internet because there's a lot of trees. And from what everybody's telling me, when I go to a location where there's a lot of trees, that seems to interfere with my connection. So I'm gonna try and, I might go not deep down in the college tomorrow, but yeah, they're all in school right now. I don't know when they get out of school though, pretty soon. My, Castaway Drift. Castaway Drift. Thank you. Sorry, they were asking me what my channel is when they were driving away on a motorbike. Plus energy prices are dropping. I paid like $7.25 back in 2023. And when you got that ticket, Pillworm, was that, how many months in advance was that from when your actual flight took place? Just out of curiosity. And Ubok, hey, how are you doing? You know what? I know you. You're always around. I'm gonna make you blue because you're always here. My channel just getting started. Keep happy, you're doing great. Hey, David Golden Eagle, I appreciate you even being here. Nothing like doing a live stream for me in Dumaguete. I like just sharing my life and sharing my story here in the Philippines. Yes, we're by the ocean. Oh, you're by the ocean too, you said. Augustine says, over in the US is getting bad because people don't have the love for human being. People are being cold-hearted. Again, I don't get into stuff, but yeah, you're right. I consider this time the Great Awakening. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the Great Awakening. Let's let everybody see what's really going on. That's the only way I think you can wake people up. They have to see it. Because unfortunately, we live in a world that they only believe in things that they can see. Stooge says, can I be blue too? Stooge, At some point, I can make people blue. Like, I'm trying to even see if I remember you, Stooge. Like, I usually randomly, day to day, as I get more familiar with familiar faces that continuously show up, I make people blue. All Bible predicted in the last days. This is my favorite spot. I'd go to the fresh market, grab fruit, and be sitting on the wall. Yeah, I like taking my breaks on the wall. That's for sure. Where are you at right now? This exactly is called the Boulevard. It's like a boardwalk. Reminds me back in the States, but this is where everybody comes. There's not a lot going on here, but prior to Christmas and stuff, it was full of vendors, concerts, performances, stages. Now it's like a big social hangout in the evening. Karaoke machines will be set up all through here and stuff. It's very nice for people watching. A lot of people exercised, do their walking all through here along the water. And you have the breeze of the ocean. It makes you feel really good. So that's where I'm at right now. What was the name of the boulevard? It's called Rizal. Rizal Boulevard. Rizal. Rizal Boulevard. Man, this goes so fast. Yeah, Rizal. Jay, I need to. Certain people that have been here a while. Sorry, I'm going through these comments, trying to keep up. Lynn says, I remember you. I'm the guy named Lynn from Texas. Well, welcome, Lynn from Texas. Is there an actual beach there that you can walk on the sand and go swimming in the water, or is it just like that area all over? There are beaches down that way, but they're not like the best typical beach. It's like basic orangish kind of rough kind of sand. You might even see some debris there. What can you do there for work? But yeah, this goes way far. I don't want to bore you guys because there's not that much to see right now. Oh God, that's in Dumaguete. Yes, this is in Dumaguete. I don't know if that response was a good one or a bad one. I mean, I know people like, that have been here, they don't like Dumaguete that much, and that's all right. Take us to the karaoke one day. I can do that, ABC. Have to be later in the evening. I'm gonna have to do an evening live stream, and I don't know, what people will be able to check in on that, because 8 o'clock at night here would mean it's 7 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast in the United States. Barbara said, Michael, I did check your other videos. Thank you, Barbara. Ren says, where are you from? Well, Ren SS, I'm from the United States, but I'm living here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Do my daily walks, my daily live streams now. Been doing it, I think, over 2 weeks now, walking everywhere, and it's been a blast. Been a blessing, and I have a lot of fun. I can show you a little down this way. White Sand Beach, 5 minutes. LOL. Yeah, like if I could take you to Sikihor, like there's a video I did when my girlfriend and I went to Sikihor, went to a beach called Little Boracay. Not Boracay, but it's called Little Boracay Beach because it resembles the beach in Boracay, actually. Moved from DVO to Iloilo. What visa did you secure there to be able to stay? Just a 2-month tourist visa. That's it. Every 2 months I have to renew it. Last time I did it was 1,960 pesos, which is equivalent to, at the time, it was equivalent to $33.37. But yeah, I just renewed tourist visa every 2 months, and then I can stay in the Philippines up until, 3 years consecutively until you have to actually, leave the country. But then you can come back and it starts all over again. Barbara says, I chat with a family from Metro Manila. Yeah, Duma, they said, is the safest according to World Travel Index. And Ren, I've also heard, maybe there was some statistic that was out recently. They were top 10 for, maybe it was the safest. It was top 10 for something. I don't know if it was considered one of the the best places to visit or popular, but maybe that was it. Maybe it was just the top 10 for safest. Sweet Caroline says you can also visa hop to Vietnam or Thailand. I'm gonna try and cross now, but hold on 1 second. But yeah, there is a Starbucks here over there. Everybody always asks me if there's a Starbucks here in Dumaguete. Yes, there is a Starbucks if anybody cares. I go there once in a while. I go to other coffee shops that are a little less expensive and to me just as good or probably even better. Vietnam is better. Yes, like I said, Da Nang's a place I'd like to go to. My friend Corey from It's Me, he had nothing but positive things to say about Da Nang, Vietnam. That's certainly a place I probably would be interested in visiting. He had a place that was like the beach looked very clean, like their condo, apartment, whatever they rented out was like right overlooking the beach. Very wide beaches, didn't look like any debris. The sand looked nice. Where he was at in Da Nang, Vietnam, it was very nice. He's also been to Thailand, which that's another place I need to check out sometime. Yeah, the fruit and the vegetables are very fresh. You can smell the fruit. As soon as you get close, it's like the odor of all the different types of fruit is so strong. I like it. It's like neat. I don't know what they do here, but there's been something going on here for weeks. Not that it really matters, but lots of motorbikes. Pro DJ Mike says, Starbucks, welcome to the Philippines. Yeah, I prefer Butt First Coffee. That's the name of it, Butt First Coffee. Less expensive too. The owners and everybody that works there are my friends. I'm very close with. They basically treat me like family. And then there's another coffee. It's like a coffee stand called Kohi. You can get a Spanish latte on ice for like 90 pesos. It's very inexpensive and good. Harry says, I like running, sport, and learn computer, bro. Can shout out Rat Boo from Manila. Teacher says that. Can you shout out Rat Boo or RATBU from Manila? Well, there you go. There's your shout out, teacher. 7-Eleven coffee here is great and cheap. That's one thing. I mean, the only way I'd ever get coffee from 7-Eleven, and I'm not knocking it, I would drink it black and that's it. That's the only thing I could ever drink is black. That other stuff in there, there's so much sugar. Like, I just can't drink that stuff. Black, yes. Even when I used to like, when I was younger, I liked Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and then I learned how much processed bad sugars and that. I just stay away from that stuff as best as I can. My sweetener of choice is honey. That's my number one go-to is raw honey. Harry says, do you drink Red Bull? Hell no. That stuff I don't even want to get started on health stuff. You wonder why so many young people in the world are having heart attacks in the like 20s or early 30s. A lot of them are drinking Red Bull. Stuff that accelerates their heart so freaking fast and hard. It's giving them heart attacks. I wouldn't touch that stuff. Nothing. Yeah, I would stay away from Red Bull, but that's just one man's opinion. But there's been a lot of studies on what's happening with people that drink Red Bull. I've heard of methane blue, and I haven't taken it yet. I don't know enough about it, but I know a little bit. But no, like, haven't tried that yet. I drink Red Bull with Red Horse while smoking Marlboro Reds. Hey, to each his own is all I can say. It's your life, it's your choice. Again, I stay away from things that don't have a health benefit. Do I have any addictions? Walking, dark cacao chocolate, that would be like an addiction when I can get it here. It's very difficult to get that here. Yeah. But hey, everybody's got to make the choices that are best for them. That's really what it comes down to. I can share what I know and have an opinion. I just know how I feel and like what's working for me. That's all I can go by. And then I'm motivated by seeing what my parents are going through, both 85 years old, and they didn't exercise when they were younger. They didn't really have the good diet choices, and they're paying the price. All right. Wilson, Cali boy, yeah. Castaway with the, I never realized that until, and the funny thing is I worked for FedEx too, and that movie evolved around the FedEx plane. But all right, my friends, everybody, I tried to get the 300 likes, but that's all right. If anybody hasn't given me a like yet, please give me a like. I think I'm getting ready to wrap up this live stream, but no, I'm not married here yet, Julian Ricketts, not yet, but give me a like if you haven't given me a like. I'd appreciate it. I'll be back here again tomorrow around the same time. I pretty much end and start. I'd like to do 2 to 2.5 hours all the time. Cali boy, you got to return. You just got here, man, but return. Peace. God bless you always. Thanks for showing us around. Half Century, hey, see ya. Thank you, Half Century. Kissing the Dream. Anyway, with that being said, God bless all you guys. Thank you for sharing in my walks every day. It means more to me than you guys realize. Everything that's happened to me in the Philippines has been a blessing, and I simply just want to share that, even simply in a simple walk. But again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope to see you all back. Thank you for everything that you do and all your support on my channel. God bless you, Half Century. Thank you. And Augustine, I'll see you guys again. Take care.